Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Moon. The Garage Gym Athlete Podcast is a result of my desire to build better humans, unequivocal coaches, and autonomous athletes. I've spent the last several years obsessing over program design, nutrition, and every other way you can optimize human performance. This podcast distills the latest scientific research with what I've learned and blends it with the not-so-scientific field of mental toughness. We are here to build you into a dangerously effective athlete. If you enjoy this podcast, you can find out more about our training at garagegymathlete.com. And if you want to pursue more into the field of coaching and programming, head to endof3fitness.com. Thanks for listening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jared Moon here with Joe Courtney. What's up, Joe?
How goes it, Jared?
Pretty good, man. We're here with Chris Trader. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Let's get into it. I'll throw it to you right off the start. So what do you do for a living, how you train, and where are you from? Where are you training at?
All right. So I work in the oil fields for Chevron. I currently work 14 days on, 14 days off, and live in a man camp. And so I have an indoor gym out there that I have access to. But when I'm home, I have my garage, and I just do the garage gym programming and go out for bike rides when I can.
And where are you at?
Oh yeah, I live in Odessa, Texas.
I was going to guess Texas, but I didn't want to be presumptive there. That's cool, man. How do you like that 14 day on, 14 day off schedule?
The 14 off is good, but the 14 on is tough.
Is it long days on the 14 on?
It's 12-hour work days. They feel pretty long, and especially I have 1-year-old at home, and so the 14 on makes it pretty tough.
That's intense.
Yeah, that is tough, man. But you're still finding time to train in those 14 days on?
Yeah, I mean it's 12-hour work days, and so when I get off, so I work 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I get back to the camp, just change over real quick and head out to the gym for the hour, and then go have dinner after that.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword there. Like you're not with your family, but at the same time, you're not with your family. So like, what else are you gonna do, right?
It's like deployments.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool, man. So what is your setup when you're home?
So I have my pull-up bar and my yoke that I use for my squat rack. I have a deadlift platform. I have a multi-grip bar and a straight bar, Olympic bar. So and my spin bike.
Is that a pull-up bar just above your head?
Yeah.
DIY. Yeah, that's nice. And galvanized. Yeah, that's actually the same kind of thing that my brother put up at my parents', and it works out really well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like it a lot. I was worried about it supporting my weight because I'm about 275 pounds right now. But it does a good job.
Nice. So what he has is it looks like a 2x4, probably mounted to like a joist or something at the top, and then a galvanized pipe that comes down attached to the 2x4. That's a simple and effective setup right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll ask, what are you in the 14 days on? You mentioned having something set up. What's the space like there for your training?
So it's we have a power rack, some cables, and good dumbbell set.
That's
nice.
Cool.
It's pretty basic, but that's all I really need.
Yeah. A lot of people work out when you're working.
Yeah, a lot more than I thought would.
Yeah. That's why I didn't know if it'd be like Joe mentioned deployment. So it's like, that's all you can do with your free time in the military when you're away from your family. So it's like hit or miss. Some people do a lot, some people do nothing. So yeah.
Yeah. But it's actually a lot more than when I was deployed to Afghanistan. There were, I see a lot more people working out here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Out there.
Yeah. So you were in the military. What'd you do?
Yeah, I was a crash fire rescue in the Marine Corps.
Very cool. And man, how long have you been out?
I got out in 2011.
Okay.
So I've been in oil fields since 2013.
That's cool, man. So what was the big reason behind starting a garage gym?
But before I got put on the schedule, I was commuting an hour to and from work every day, and just the hour commute home, working 10-hour days.
Oof.
Yeah.
And having to stop off and work out for another hour when I come home. And my wife was pregnant, and so I decided to start building up the garage gym. And it just makes it easy, especially now with I don't have to make time out, and I can just go, and that way I'm home if anything happens.
Yeah.
And I work out when he naps. So
Nap time, the precious nap time. It's like it's like when most of everything in my life has revolved around nap times for a very long time. That's funny, man. So what are your goals right now?
my goals right now, I'm looking to drop down to 265 pounds. I was at 295 when I started garage gym. So looking to drop down to 265, and because I have a Killmanjaro hike coming up in January, February.
That's really cool.
All things considering, if we can go.
Like actual Kilimanjaro?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's intense.
That's cool.
It was supposed to be October.
Are you going with some friends, or like what's the setup there?
Going with my dad and my brother and a couple of my dad's friends.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, what were you doing before Garage Gym Athlete?
A few years ago, I was doing a lot of strongman training and competitions. Then I got hurt. I dropped the tire on my knee, dislocated my patella, cracked my femur, almost tore a couple ligaments, and kind of fell off the whole fitness thing for a while after that. And then a lot of it was mentally trying to get back into the groove and get overcome the fear of re-injuring my knee. And so I started just not working out, and just wanted to better myself again, get back into that way of life.
Yeah.
Were you able to run?
Running's still tough. I think a lot of it's partially my weight and my lack of desire to run. But I hop on the bike in lieu of running for the most part, and I'm finally able to get a mile down without stopping.
That's really good, man.
Yeah.
So how did you like come over that mental hurdle to get back in the gym after a setback like that?
I had to get over my ego and just drop my weight when I was deadlifting and squatting, and just get that comfort back. But that was the hardest part, is going from a few hundred pounds on my squat, 500-600 pounds on my deadlift, down to starting back at 135 and just building that back up.
Yeah, taking those steps one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're pretty much back. Are you fully back, or are you still having to like ease into like certain exercises, or? I'm
pretty much fully back. My deadlift is, I'm not scared to deadlift anymore. But my squat, there's still that mental barrier I have to break through.
Yeah. Well, how do you like training in your garage, man?
I love it. It's at home. I don't have to go where there's a whole bunch of other people, and I set my time, my hours. If I want to get up early that day and get it out before it starts warming up too much, I can do that. Or if I really want to push myself and have a good sweat session, I can wait until 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
Built-in sauna down there in Odessa. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's the hardest workout you've ever done?
So I was thinking about that, and there's different stages of my life that I would consider having the hardest workout. And so the first one I could think of was when I was playing water polo in high school, having to do suicides in the water. So swimming, turning around real quick, and then swimming back. Just that would really kill you. And then while I was in the Marine Corps, we had this hill. I was stationed in Yuma, Arizona, and we had this nice hill up to a water tank, and having to do fireman's carries up that hill. And since I was the second heaviest guy in the group, I would have to carry the heaviest guy in the group. So that was pretty tough. But and then when I first started out with the Garage Gym Athlete, my first Meet Yourself Saturday that I decided to do before I was really paying for the programming was the 1/4 mile for humanity.
Yeah,
and
that was my favorite.
I hadn't done lunges in probably 6 or 7 years. So I just decided to wake up one morning and do it, and it took a long time, but I was able to get it done, and I was spent for the rest of the day.
I hope that was early on in your 14 days off, because I'm sure your legs hurt for a while.
Yeah, it was. It would have been that Saturday. So I worked Wednesday to Wednesday. So.
How was the recovery after the initial workout? How were the legs the next couple of days?
It was tough moving around, but it wasn't the worst I've ever felt as far as fatigue.
Yeah.
For the following days, but it was still pretty bad.
Maybe you need to up it to a 1/2 mile. All right, man. In your opinion, what's the best activity for building mental toughness?
So my biggest thing is I'm really bad when it comes to procrastinating. I'll push everything off, and ever since having the kid, that's been one thing that I'll still do every now and then, but then I beat myself up for it afterwards, because you never know when you're going to be able to get it done with the kid. So just pretty much waking up, getting up when I have to get up, and just get my day going so I can just fit everything in the day and make it out to the gym with no worries that I left something undone.
I like that. So cutting the procrastination, I think that's a big one. It's tough to do. If you could only have one piece of equipment to train with for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So I like my brute force sandbag, that with the loadable bags.
Yeah.
So I would say that I can just drop that weight or increase that weight as I go, and I can do everything I need to do with it.
The same one I have. I really like it. It's a good piece of equipment.
So for either of your gyms, what would be something you would really want to add to it?
I would say the row machine, getting a rower. I have the spin bike, and I hop on my bike to go for rides and everything, but just I really miss having that access to the rower.
Yeah, it's a good piece.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. A lot of garage gym athletes out there listening to this right now. What would your best advice for them be?
I would say just get out there and do it. I mean, I like to, I don't know if I just hate myself, but I like to wait till the afternoon to get my workout in. And sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I love it, but just don't not do it because it's uncomfortable for you. Just get out there no matter the situation and get that workout in.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And, I've done that a few times recently. So with my new garage, it just gets a lot hotter than previous garages. And there have been 2 workouts where I've been forced to the afternoon over the last week. And it's really freaking hot. And it does make it a little bit more challenging to get everything done when it's that hot. So I think maybe you do just like a punishment a little bit.
Yeah.
Your dining room ceiling fan doesn't do it?
No, does not cool off the garage. I try hard, but doesn't. Well, Chris, I appreciate you being on the podcast, man, sharing everything with us that you have today, and for being a Garage Gym Athlete, man. So I really appreciate you and appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the program. So,
Yeah, man.
Thanks for listening to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. If you want to learn more, go to garagegymathlete.com. You can learn about our training. Let us send you a copy of our book, The Garage Gym Athlete, or you can even get featured on the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. Thanks for listening.